everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you to my subscribers, welcome to the newcomers. I hope you like what you're going to see, and I hope that you're going to be part of this journey by subscribing, liking, share, tag me, and give it those thumbs up to help circulate the video. Thank you so much for your comments, everybody, and your questions. And anytime you're stuck with something, please feel free to comment on the section below or send me an email. I'm more than happy to help you out. Thank you so much for being part of this journey, everyone. We are going to create or recreate, I should say, this table runner that we're going to do it together. I had done it at the beginning of my channel when I first started, but I did it with dark colors. You really cannot see that well the stitch, and at the beginning I didn't know the crochet codes that well either, so I am going to recreate it again. There was people in the groups that were asking for it if I had the tutorial, and I had mentioned I do, but you can't see it that well, and that I would recreate the table runner. So we're gonna get started, people. Thread 4-ply, 100% cotton, needle number 3. Now you have to remember that each country varies on the thickness and the thinness of the size of the thread or yarn you're using. My number 4 does not mean that it's the same thickness or thinness of your number 4 ply. My number 4 Portuguese thread, 100% cotton, like I mentioned, it's exactly the same size thickness as Aunt Lydia number 3. So just a little reminder that not all threads on every country is the same size. So I want to make sure that you know that. This size of 4-ply or Aunt Lydia number 3 is perfect for this size of table runner. So just a little hint for you. Okay, and of course we're going to need a pair of scissors. So thank you so much, everybody. We're going to get started. First thing we're going to do is we are going to make a chain of 33 chain stitch, not counting the first one that we make a knot. We don't count that one. We start counting out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, until 33. So we have our 33 chain stitch. We're going to count 5 space back, 1, not counting the one that's on the needle. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th space, so on the 5th space, we're going to do a double crochet. Now we're going to count 1, 2, 3 chain. We're going to do another double crochet inside of these 2 loops here up top where we just finished doing the 3 chain. And we're going to do a double crochet, but we're not going to close it in. We're going to come back in the same space where we had done the 2 double crochet, and we're going to create another double crochet without closing the loops. Come back in the same space again, and we're going to do another double crochet, not closing the loops. So now we have 4 on the needle. And I forgot to tell you, the name of this stitch is Star Stitch. This is a Portuguese stitch for many years. Portuguese had created this stitch, just to let you know. Again, we're going to count 1, 2, 3. On your 4th space, we're going to create 2 more double crochets in here without closing. So we're going to have a total of 6 loops on the needle. So another double crochet on the same space. And now we have 6 on the needle. 2, 4, and 6. Now we're going to close it all in one shot. And you have your first half of the star. Okay. So now you go up 3 chain again. 1, 2, and 3. Again, we're going to create the same thing. We're going to do the double crochet. So now we have the 2 on the needle. We're going to come back on the same space where we had the other 2 we just did. And we're going to create 2 more double crochet without closing in the same space. Now you have 4 on the loop. We're going to create 2 more without closing. We're going to count back 1, 2, 3 on the 4th space. We're going to do another double crochet, and again on the same space. So now we have 6 on the needle again, and now we're going to close it all together. So this is half of the star, because when we go to the second row, that's what's going to complete the other half of the star that we started. Again, we're going to 1, 2, and 3. Come back into the same space, double crochet, we don't close. We're going to come back into where we have the 2 double crochets on the bottom, double crochet, we don't close, another double crochet without closing, remembering that we're always supposed to have 6 loops on the needle to close at the end. So now we have 4. Gonna count again. 1, 2, 3 on the 4th space, double crochet. Again on the same space. So now you got 2, 4, 6 on the needle. And now you take it out all in one shot. And you close it in, slip stitch. 1, 2, 3. Come back on the same space, 2 double crochet. Back on the same space in the bottom, another double crochet. Come back again on the same space. Now we have 4 on the needle, 4 loops. 1, 2, 3 on the 4th space, another double crochet. On the same space, another double crochet. So now we got 6 on the needle again, and now we take out all at once. Slip stitch. 1, 2, 3. Come back in the same space, 2 on the needle. In the same space where you have the 2 double crochet, we're going to do 2 more without closing, double crochet, another double crochet, 4 on the needle. Got some glitter on my pattern from the table, because this is where I do my nails, not my client's nails. That's my profession, nail tech. So 1, 2, 3 on the 4th space, and again. 2, 4, 6, and we close it all together and slip stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. Also, reminder that if the video sometimes is too fast for you, if I get over my head and forget, you can go up top where the 3 little dots on the right side of the video. Go into settings and slow down the video. You can slow down by there. Same space again. Then we have 4. Count 1, 2, 3 on the 4th space, grabbing that back loop again, and on the same space again. So now you got 6 on the needle. Take it out all at once and close it with slip stitch. One, 2, 3. Come inside of the loop where we just closed the slip stitch from before. So now you got 2. Come back on the same space where you have your 2 here on the bottom and create 2 more double crochet. So you're going to have 4. Now you're going to count 4 space, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Grabbing back loop. Double crochet in the same space, another double crochet. So now you have 2, 4, and 6. Close it all together, slip stitch. One, 2, 3. Two on the needle. Come back in the bottom where you have the 2 double crochets together. 2 more on the same space. And 1, 2, and 3, and 4 on your last space at the end. And 1 more double crochet. So now you're going to have your total of 6 loops, 2, 4, and 6. You take it out all together and close it in with slip stitch. And there it is. Probably see it better this way. Okay, so we've turned around. We go up 1, 2, and 3. Now each time we're going to keep going back and forth on the rows and going up. We are going to close this first row. So the 2 first double crochets, we are going to close it up from here, and when we get to the end and turn around and create the 2, from now on until the end of the rows is always going to be closed. 1, 2, and 3. Come back in the same space and create the 2 double crochet. We're going to come back on the same space here and create double crochet. Come back again. So you're always going to have 4 double crochets in the same space. So now we have 4. Now, you know here's the 2 double crochets that go across, like the ones here, right? So you know you have all the double crochets in the center here. You're not going to put it here on top of the double crochets. Get you even a little bit closer. You can see the opening little hole there. This is the 2 double crochets, like the one we just have it still here on the needle. So we're not going to put it in there. We're going to put it right where the hole is. We're going to create double crochet, and on the same space, double crochet again. So we have the 6 on the needle, close it, slip stitch, And now we're on the beginning of the second row. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to proceed to leave it open, so we only close at the beginning of the rows. And now we come back to the same space, because we always have 4 double crochets on the same space, and create 2 more on the same space. Again, we're going to go into the next space where you can see right there, because these are the 2 double crochets. So we're going right in here. You can see the holes very well. Double crochet, and again double crochet. So now you have 6 on the needle again. Close it all together, slip stitch, and you can see your star already. We have our first star created. 1, 2, and 3. Come into the same space here as we went up. 2 double crochet. We're going to come where the middle, the hole here where the 2 double crochets are, and create 2 more double crochet. We're forming that second star, and we're coming into, you can see automatically the space there. These are the 2 double crochets here sideways. So now we're going to create 2 more double crochet, and we're not closing because we close everything at once. So now we have the 6 on the needle, close it all together, and slip stitch. So now we have our second star. 1, 2, and 3. Come into the first space here, double crochet. Come into the same space in the middle where we have the other 2 double crochets, because we're always going to have 2 to begin with, right? And create double crochet. And again, come into the other space, because these are the 2 double crochet sideways, and create 2 double crochet without closing. We close it and slip stitch. Now we have 3 stars. 1, 2, and 3. Come into the same space as we went up, double crochet. We're going to come into the space where we have the 2 double crochets, which is the center of the star, and create 2 more double crochet without closing. We're coming into the next space, next hole here, because these are the 2 double crochet sideways, and double crochet and double crochet. Now we got 6 on the needle, close it in one shot, slip stitch. So now you can see star, star, and star. 1, 2, 3, and we're halfway on the other star. 1, 2, and 3. Come into the space where we just went up. 2. We have the 2 double crochets here. We're going right in the center and create 2 more without closing. This makes a very sophisticated table runner with this stitch. Double crochet and double crochet. Close it all in one shot, slip stitch. 1, 2, and 3. In the same space, double crochet. Come into the same space again, back here where the 2 double crochets are, double crochet. One more time. Now we have 4 on the needle, and we're coming into the center of the other star, and 1 more double crochet. So now we got 6, 2, 4, and 6. Close it, slip stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Double crochet. Come into the place where we have the other double crochets. 1 and 2 double crochet. Now you got to get it right on the edge back here to make sure, right on the corner, and we're going to create 2 double crochets right on the edge. And we have 6 on the needle. We close it in, slip stitch. So this row, the second row, is pretty much completed, as you can see. Again, we're going to go up, turn our work, 1, 2, 3, come back in the same space, double crochet, and we're going to close it. Remember, at the beginning we always close the first one. 1, 2, and 3, and double crochet. Come back in the same space, double crochet. Again, because we always have 4 double crochets on the same space, on the same little hole. Close it and slip stitch. Oh, sorry, we don't close it. What am I talking about? It's supposed to have 6 on the needle. Sorry about that. Okay, so we have the 4 on the needle. Sorry about that. We're going to come in next space, double crochet, and double crochet, and now we have the 6 on the needle. And now we close and we slip stitch. So we're on our 3rd row now. Okay, I'm going to do a few more times, and then you're on your own, and I'll continue mine on my own. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to go into the middle space here and leave it open. Remember, I said we only close the first 2 at the beginning of the rows. Come back down in the middle where we have the other 2 double crochets and create 2 more double crochets. Basically, we're creating the star here in the middle, and then going to the next space, which is not hard. You can see the holes are there. You can see very clearly because these are the 2 double crochets like we have here. Okay, so 1 and 2. So now we got the 6 on the needle, and we close in with slip stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Again, on the same space, double crochet. Come back into the same space where we have the 2 double crochets, and we're going to create 2 more. We're going to go into the next space. This is the double crochet sideways, so we're going right into the middle of the star, double crochet. Same space again, double crochet. We're going to close it in all together and slip stitch. 1, 2, and 3. Double crochet. Come where the other 2 stitches are here and create 2 more. So we have 4. Come into the next one and create 2 more, always having 6 loops on your needle. My needle is so full of glue, people, like you don't understand, because it keeps slipping this part out, and I love my needle so much. I keep gluing and gluing and gluing. It's crazy. But I put so much pressure on it, it keeps sliding out and it keeps breaking off. So slip stitch 1, 2, and 3 in the same space, double crochet. Come into the space here in the middle where all the other stitches are for finish the star shape, double crochet, another double crochet, and going into the next space, double crochet and double crochet, leaving all on the needle, 6, 2, 4, 6. Close it all together, slip stitch. How gorgeous that is, people. It makes such a beautiful table runner. And I've done plenty and plenty and plenty of them over the years, of course. Double crochet, come back into the middle, double crochet, double crochet, and next space, 2 more double crochet without closing. Close it all together and slip stitch. 1, 2, and 3, double crochet, double crochet, double crochet, next space, double crochet, and 1 more. So we have the 6 loops on the needle, close it all together, slip stitch. 1, 2, and 3, double crochet into the same space where we have the other 2 double crochets, double crochet again, and now we're going to grab right on the edge here of the double crochet, and the same space, double crochet. So we have 6 on the needle, close it all together, slip stitch. Remembering when you're turning around, 1, 2, and 3 in the first row at the beginning, we are going to close it. 1, 2, and 3, and now from here we start leaving it open. Back into the same space, and again, and into our next space. 1 and 2, so we have 6, and we close it. So now we're half star again. Now, look how gorgeous that is, people. Just beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so now we're on our 3rd row. If you have little markers, you want to mark to make sure how many rows you're at, because this is a star stitch. It's kind of hard sometimes to see which row you're in. I know because of all the straight stitch here, the side stitch, like I call it. So automatically we know we have 1, right? We have the side stitch here, 1 and 2. And we're going into our 3rd one now. So this is going to be row 3. So you have 1, 2, and 3. Another thing how you can count is by these little loops like this. So you know this is 1, 2, and 3. We're starting row 3. But if you need to put like a colored piece of thread on it as you go, you can tie a little piece of thread on the edges to know how many rows you're going at. This table runner is going to have 36 rows altogether. When you get to the 35th row, or when I get to the 35th row, I'm coming back to do the 36 together because we need to close exactly like we started the first row. We need to do the same thing at the last row. I'll come back to you on it after I do my 35 rows to finish with the 36 at the end. So then we can start with the flowers and the attachment of the flowers. I'll see you then. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished doing the 36 rows, as you can see here. Now, like I said at the beginning, you could have added a little whatever you're using for your rows, or just cut a different piece of thread, yarn, whatever you're using, different color, and you would just basically, not to get confused on how many rows you're at, you would just pretty much just put the different colored thread through it like that, and just give it one little knot so you don't lose the thread. So you know you have one row there, and then you would proceed going into the next row here, which is, if you see clearly, is where we have the two double crochets going sideways. So you know it goes inside of this little middle hole here from the star, right? So you would put your thread, and you know, and then you'd give it a little knot, or if you're using some kind of specific thing for separating your rows, I don't know, I don't have, so I'll use thread. So you'd have, you know, you would just do it and cut another piece, and then again. So you know that this is when the stitch are going sideways like this, right, which is the middle of the star, you know it's one row. And then the middle of the star again, you have the stitch go, it's another row. And then you have another row here, and then the middle of the star here, and then again here, right in the middle of the star, the middle of the star, middle of the star. So you know these are rows, right? So it's one way not to get confused on it. So we have it here where the middle of the star is. So you know your next row is in the middle of the star again. So you'd put your thread right there, and you know you're on 3 rows. And then you have the middle of the star here again. So you know you have the other row, and then here again. Always in the middle of the star is the other row. So that's one way to keep track of how many rows you're at, not to get lost. So we did 35 rows. Now we're on the last, which is a little bit different because we need to do the last row. We need to do exactly the same thing as we did the first row, which has, you know, all the chain stitch. So it's going to change up a bit. Just need to pay attention a bit. So you turn your work on your 35th row. You'd go up 2, 3 on the same space, double crochet as usual, and we close it as usual, always at the beginning. Now this time we're only doing 1 double crochet and not 2, okay? And we're not coming in here because we're not doing 2. We need to do like that chain. So we're coming directly into where we started 2 double crochet, and we hold it. Oops. We come back again, we leave it open, and this time we're not going to have 6 on the needle, we're going to have 5 on the needle. And then you come into the next middle of your star, and you create 2 more double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now you close it all together and slip stitch. So you're going to have that like chain stitch going on. Again, you'd come up 1, 2, and 3. You're not going to come in here like we usually did. You're going to go directly where the middle of the star is, and you leave it open. Another double crochet, and you leave it open. You're going to come in the next middle of the star. You leave it open, and one more time double crochet. So now you got, did I miss something here? Yes, I grabbed it from here. Okay. It's always good to look. So you know you have to have always 5 on your needle. So 3, 4, one more, 5. So now you close it all together, slip stitch. Got an issue here with my thread. Dogs are going nuts. Okay. Let's do this again. So now 1, 2, and 3. And by the way, for people that have too much of a loose stitch, do only 2 chain, okay? That's going to firm it more, your stitches, your chain stitch. So we're going to leave it open, come back in the same one, leave it open. We have 3. Next space, leave it open, and one more. So now we got 5 on the needle. We close it all together, and there it is. And you see it's a firmer than the 3. So 1, 2, come back in the same space, 1, double crochet, 2, next space, 3, next space, 4. So now you got 5, close it, slip stitch, 1, 2 chain, come on the same space, 1. So now we got 2 on the needle, 3 on the needle, next space, double crochet, 4 on the needle, in the same space, another double crochet. So now you got 5 on the needle, close it up, slip stitch. And you're going to have this perfect line like we have here in the bottom. 1, 2. Again, where we have the 2 double crochets, leave it on the needle, and again leave it on the needle, next space, double crochet, leave it on the needle. Now we have the 5, close it up all together and slip stitch. 1, 2, come back in the same space. So now we got 2 on the needle, 3 on the needle, into the next space, 4 on the needle, and one more, 5 on the needle, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Close it up, slip stitch. 1, 2, we are on our last one, back into the same space, double crochet, we don't close all the way, back in the same space, 3 on the needle, and we're coming right in the center between the 2 double crochets. We leave on the needle, back in the same space in the center between the 2 double crochets. We have 5, close it up, and there it is. So we pretty much finished with that. Now, you can, if you want to, do a single crochet all the way around if you'd like. I'm not going to, but you can. So you would just proceed like that into every little space here, into the next. Then you can do 2 single crochet on the double crochets there inside of the space of the hole. 1, 1, and 2 inside of the middle of the star, and 3. So you can do that if you like to close up your pattern. I think it has enough detail on the pattern itself. So just like that, single crochet. So you do 2 single crochet inside of the double crochets here, and where the middle meets of the star, as you can see, you do a single crochet. You can close it up like that with single crochet all the way through, or you can just leave it as it is. I mean, the choice is yours. I think it has enough beauty as it is on it that you don't need to be doing so much of other stitches, but the choice is yours. It's up to you. If you feel comfortable to close up with a single crochet, then go ahead. Okay, so now we're going to start with flowers, and I'll be showing you how they will be added on. Okay, everybody, so we're pretty much going to start with the flower. You can use this flower, or you can use any other flower. In a lot of this table runner that I've done in the past many times, I can't even count, I've used a lot of the carnation flower that I have the tutorial up already with the carnation flower. So if you'd like to use that one, you can. You just have to follow the procedures. Because the carnation flower, first of all, it's one of my favorites for patterns, of course. It's more higher on the 3D. This is also a 3D, but it's slower. It's not as high. Okay, but of course it's gorgeous for any pattern, right? So we're going to make the magic ring. We're going to leave a little bit of the string out like I did here, so we can put the pearl on. Okay, so you don't want to stitch too near. And if you can't still do the magic ring, then do 6 chain stitch and start like from here, let's say. Okay, and leave this much out. So I'm going to do my magic. I'm going to go around once. I'm going to grab the back. And inside of this magic ring, we are going to do 16, go up 3 chain, and that would be considered a double crochet. So we're going to do 15 more in here, total of 16 with the 3 chain going up. So total of 16 double crochet inside of this magic ring. Pull a little bit if it's too loose on you, because you want to get a good grip on it like that, you know. So you'd continue on, and you do your 16 double crochet inside of here, and I'll meet you at the end. We've done the 16 double crochet. We're gonna just pull on our magic ring, and we're gonna close it in on the third space with slip stitch. We're gonna go up 8 chain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to skip one space. We're going into the next space. We're going to close it with single crochet. We're going to do 8 loops like this by skipping one space all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chain. We're going to skip this one. We're going into this one. So now we have 2 loops. And you proceed again with 8 chain. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Skip this one into the next one with single crochet. We're going to do that 8 times around, and we're going to close it in on our first space here where we started with the chain stitch. Meet you at the end. So now we've done our 8 chain. We're going to come exactly where we have the first one, and we're going to close it in with a slip stitch. Now, you see where we have the double crochet right where the chain is on top. We're going to come under. Okay, so we're going to come right under, like that. We're going to bring our thread to the front. Okay, and we're going to do a single crochet, just like that. It's going to make it like a 3D. Now, inside of this circle, we're going to do 8 double crochet. Only this time we're going to do this single 3D here. The rest that we're going to grab here on the other ones, it's going to be a double crochet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 double crochets. Now we're going to go 3 chain because we're going to do the peacock. I'm going to grab these 2 little loops here and close it in with single crochet. We're going to do 8 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You're going to come where the single crochet here of the chain, where you have your double crochet underneath here, and you're going to pull through the back and come out on the side, bring your thread and do a double crochet this time. All the rest of them are double crochet. It's like a 3D. Then come into the loop and do your 8 double crochets again to make your second paddle. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 2, and 3, chain. We're going to make the peacock by grabbing the 2 loops here, single crochet, 8 more double crochets. Now I'm going to have to split this video into 2 because it's going to take too much space on my cell phone. So this will be part 1 and we'll go into part 2. So we have 2, 4, 6, 7, and 8. So now you have your second petal. We're going to come where the single crochet is. There's a double crochet underneath. We're going to come through the back into the side, bring your thread up. You can turn your pattern so it can be easier for you, and double crochet. Turn your pattern to the front again, come inside the paddle and create your double crochet. So we got to do that 8 times again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're going to do 3 chain for the peacock. Come where the 2 loops are here and single crochet. 8 more times double crochet in the same loop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you see they're starting to turn already. We're going to do the double crochet over on the space here where we have the chain, as you can see. And we're going to grab it from the back, bring it to the front, bring your thread, turn your pattern, make it easier, and do a double crochet. Turn your pattern to the front, grab your loop, and create 8 double crochet. So we're going to proceed the same way all the way around. I'll meet you at the end to show you how we're going to close the last petal, and we need to create loops in the back in order to create these little green leaves in the back. I'll meet you at the end. We've reached the end of the 8th petal. We did the 8 double crochets. So now we're going to come right in between the single crochet and the double crochet underneath. So we close it in with a slip stitch. Now we want to pass this cord, this thread, to the back. So you come with your needle from the back, you come right in the center of it, you grab your thread or your yarn, whatever you're using, and pass it through the back like that. And then you're going to close it so you can be secure with a slip stitch. Give it a little bit of loosage, and we're going to go right in the middle of the space here where we skipped on this double crochet. We're going to go in the middle of it like that. Single crochet. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 chain. We're going to go into the next petal where we have the free space here. We're going to close it in with single crochet. We're going to create these little loops in the back to create our green leaves. So we're going to do 4 chain. Again, come in the middle here where the space is of the next petal and close it in with single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, come in the middle where the other space here is, empty space, close it in with single. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come in the middle of the space here. You have that empty space. You're going to go right in it. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, come right in the middle, bend it, bring it to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, until we basically are going to be right on the first one we did here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to close it where we have our first single crochet where we started our chain with a slip. Now, make sure you have 8 petals in the back. It's very important. If you don't, you missed out somewhere. We need to go back and redo it again. So let's say I am here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you got to have your 8 petals in the back because you will need the 8 here to do the attachment onto the pattern. Now we proceed again. So we've closed in where the single crochet is. We're going to go up 3 chain. Inside of the first loop, double crochet. 2 chain separation. Inside of the same loop, again, another double crochet. Where we have our single crochet, our single stitch, we're going to do one right on top of it, double crochet, and one inside of the next loop next to the single crochet. So we're going to have it like that. We need to create these little loops here so we can put our leaves in the middle of the petals. That's why we're creating it this way. 1, 2 chain. And again, on the same space, we're going to create 1 double crochet. On top of the single crochet, we're going to do another double crochet. We're going to have groups of 3 double crochet together. 1 on each loop and 1 on the middle. 2 chain on the same loop again. Double crochet and 1 inside of the single crochet and 1 inside of the next loop. So we're creating these 3 groups, as you can see here. I'll just pull it a little bit so you can see. Okay, this would be at the end. When we close up, we're going to do 1 more double crochet inside of here, so we can have the 3rd one here, so we can make the group. So 3 groups of 3 double crochet, 1 inside of the loop, 1 on top of the single, 1 inside of the loop, 2 chain inside of the same loop, double crochet on top of the single, and 1 inside of the next loop. So we're going to proceed this way until the end. I'm going to do it one more time. 2 chain inside of the same space, double crochet on top of the single. We're going to do a double crochet in the next space over, another double crochet, and then 2 chain again, and proceed the same way. So this is how it's coming out. I'll meet you at the end. So we've reached pretty much the end. 2 chain, and we need to create one more here inside of the same loop, and this is the first one we created. So we come on the 3rd place here, and we're going to close it with slip stitch. As you can see back here, we have all the little loops, the 3 groups of loops. Now you can cut your thread, because we're going to proceed with the green. So just pull right through it. I like to give it a knot on my end threads, because like this you are secure that nothing is coming apart, and go through some of the loops to hide it. Like that, and come where the 3 chains are. So here's your beautiful flower, and we're going to grab the green now, which is very simple. We're going to do a knot slip stitch like that. Oops, I was off camera. So I think everybody knows how to make a knot slip stitch, I hope. Okay, so now we're going to come inside where the 2 chain spaces. We want to single crochet. I'm going to try to hide our thread back here while we're at it. We're going to do 6 chain. With the single that we did, counts as 1. So now I'm at 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 chain. We're going to come back into the same space, and we're going to close it with single crochet. We're going to do 8 chain now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're going to come back into the same space, and we're going to close it with single crochet. Now you got your 2 little leaves already. I'm going to do 6 chain again. Try to hide my thread here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Come back into the same space and close it with single crochet. So now you got your 3 little flower or leaves. 2 chain separation. Actually, no, 3 chain separation, and go into the next space. Create the same thing: 6 chain, 8 chain, and 6 chain. So we're going to close it with single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 chain. Come back into the same space, close it with single crochet. I'm going to do 8 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Come back into the same space and close it with single. And do another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain. Come back into the center. Did we do it? Yeah. come back into the center and close it with a single. So now you're getting these little loops back here. 3 chain, 1, 2, and 3. Go into the next space. Just have to be careful of the string for the pearl. Into the next space, close it, single, 6 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Back into the same space, single, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chain, back into the center, close it with single, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 chain, back into the center, and close it with single again. So we're going to do that on all the rest of the loops back here with 3 chain separation. We need that 3 chain separation in order to create our white petals. I'll meet you at the end. For some reason I was recording how to put the pearl on and it did not record. I don't know why, but don't worry, we'll do it to this one. It's just stupid like that. I don't get it. Okay, so I am going to cut my thread here because I need to start on that one. Okay. I think I need to change position of my camera. Okay, so we grab our white. Slip stitch to make a knot. We're going to go where we have the 3 chain. And we're going to do a single and go up 2 more. Actually, no, only, yes, 2 more, sorry. And then 2 more double crochet in here. So we're going to have a total of 3. Because the first single and 2 chain equals the 1 double crochet. Okay. 2 chain separation and 3 more double crochet inside of the same loop. Try to hide your thread, your yarn at the same time. Less work at the end to take care of. So you're going to have these 2 little loops here, 1 chain. We go into the next space where the 3 chains are and create again 3 double crochet. I don't want it to whiten out too much. So we're going to create these 2 groups, 2 chain, and 3 more inside of the same space. We're going to do this all the way around. 1 chain separation and come back into the next space where we have the 3 chain below. Create the 3 groups, the 2 groups of 3 double crochet, 2 chain in between, and 3 more inside of the same space, like that. I wonder if there's too much lighting, because on the white it gets complicated. Okay, maybe this way. Oh, good God, it's always really hard with cameras, isn't it? Try to light it here a bit. Okay, 1 chain, I guess I had closed this one up when I closed it. Okay, no problem. We're still gonna do our two. No, it's not closed, it's just attached from the when I closed in the green. Okay. 2 chain separation on the same space. We're going to do 3 more double crochet. Oops, good God. And 3. I don't like this lighting is like really maybe it's better, I don't know. 1 chain. So we're going to come in between the space where we have the 3 chain and create the 3 double crochets. You try to work yourself around lighting, and with the cell phone it's kind of complicated, but I can't get a real camera right now, so we'll just stick with what we have. We have no choice sometimes. It is what it is. Okay, so we're going to do that all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. We've reached the end. We give 1 chain, and now we're going to come on the 3rd place here and slip stitch. Okay, now we're going to go up 1, 2. Next space we're going to do double crochet. Next space, another double crochet. Inside of the space here we're going to do 2 double crochet, 1 chain only, another 2 double crochet inside of the same space. We're going to go directly into this one here, double crochet, and this one double crochet. Now the last one here, we're going to close it all together. Again, we're going to go into the first one here, and we're going to close it all together. We're going to proceed on the next one. Just pull my thread and double crochet. Next one, double crochet. Inside of the space, we're going to create 2 double crochet, 1 chain inside of the same space, 2 double crochet. We're going to go in the next space, double crochet, next space, double crochet, and on the last one we close it all together. Now I'm just showing you this. You can leave 2 out. Don't do the other ones yet, unless you're going to do them as you go. We'll fix all of that at the end. It's obvious because we're working on it. It looks all like crumpled up, of course. My opinion to you is do the yellow and green only first. We need about 20 roses for this size of pattern. If you want to go smaller, you have to cut down by 4 rows, and it has to be pair numbers. So you can do 32, 28, 24. So you can go the size you want. You want to go longer than the 36 rows we did, then you need to go 40, 44, 48, 4 rows up, because it's the space that we're going to attach these flowers into the pattern. So it takes 4. Okay, it takes 4 rows, 2 here and 2 here. So do your 20 flowers first, the yellow and the green. Leave the white to the end to do as you are going to attach it on as you go. So that's what I'm going to do now. I am going to prepare all my 20 flowers, and I'll just show you. For some reason it didn't record me putting the pearl on, so I am going to redo it again. So do your 20, trying to look for my pearls here, your 20 flowers, and then leave the white to the end, because it's the only way to proceed to have it done. It will take you a little while because flowers, you know, it does take a little while. They're so delicate. Let me just look for I'm looking for my green. Okay, you guys. So again, I'm going to show it. I have white pearl, which is a little bit bigger than the green. I don't mind. I don't care. So I'm going to alternate. I'm going to have one green, and I'm going to have one white. So I'm going to have my pearls like that, just to give it a little punch to it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we are going to do this. Okay, so you see where we have our thread. So you face it to the back. You come with your needle from the back into the middle here. Or actually, no, what am I doing? I have to pull this to the front. Okay, once you pull that to the front in the same direction, we need to put our pearl through it. Now sometimes you need to poke the holes on the pearl depending the size of your pearl. This one's large enough, I'm okay. But the green ones, the holes are a little bit smaller. So I have to poke and it depends, you know, it depends on the make on the pearls too. Sometimes they a little harder to go in. So okay, that's better. All right. So you'd come from the bottom and you try to see if it's diagonal straight, because you don't want to have a crooked pearl on there. You pull your thread to the back and you look at it. So I need to go one more over to the side here in order for it to be straight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a little bit of this thread and I'm going to pull it right over and see if it's perfectly fine. Now it looks perfectly fine to me. Now you come back here, just get a little bit closer. Come through the loops back here. Pull your thread through it. I'm going to give it a knot just because I like to always knot my patterns so nothing comes apart. Okay? And then you come through again some of the loops, and then you'd grab your thread. You pull through it. And I'm going to knot it one more time here just to be on the safe side. Pull through it. And Go through some of the loops. All right, it's good. Sometimes it's a little bit hard depending upon your stitch. I have a tight stitch, so sometimes it's a little bit harder to get it through, but we manage. It has to go through no matter what. Okay. And then we're going to cut the excess because we have 2 knots on there already, so nothing's going to come apart. Oh, and I saw some thread here from the green, so I'm just going to cut it up. And this is it. So this is part 1. I'll come back with part 2 with the attachment and all the flowers. I'm going to continue making my flowers also, so we can attach it together at the end. I'll see you at part 2. Thank you so much, everybody, for being part of this journey with me. And if you are new and you like what you're seeing, please do subscribe, like, share, comment, give it those thumbs up. It's important to circulate the video, and it's important to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified for the new uploads, and also helps to grow the channel. So I'll see you on the next tutorial, everybody. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh, by the way, this table runner is like a meter and a half, 1.5 long with the flowers on. I'll see you in the second part. Thank you.